And what is up, everyone on YouTube? This is Mark Gaming, aka the owner of Mark Gaming TV, coming at you with a live, well, not really live, but a reaction video to Ole Miss versus Kentucky, the game that just concluded that saw Ole Miss get knocked off in Oxford against unranked Kentucky, which marks Kentucky's biggest road win since 1979, and that is about 45 years to be exact. So that is huge for Kentucky. They needed this win. They came close to knocking off Georgia a couple weeks ago, and they now improved to 3-2 overall. And Ole Miss drops to 4-1, 0-1 the conference. Yes, this was Ole Miss's first conference game of the season, and we definitely got to talk about this because Ole Miss came in this game. They knocked off Furman. They beat Middle Tennessee State. They beat Wake Forest. They beat Georgia Southern, and they had impressive shows in those first four games. But I think a lot of us, me included, counted those games, more than we really should have because it really didn't show the true lack of strength that Ole Miss had. I mean, yeah, they're a good team, but Kentucky had more heart today. They wanted it more. They stuck around all day long and at times led the game, for a good majority of the game. And when it came down to crunch time for Ole Miss to kick a game time field goal, Ole Miss could not deliver it. They missed it. For Ole Miss, it does not get much easier. They got to play. They got to go on the road and play South Carolina. Then they play on the road at LSU. Then they play Oklahoma. Then on the road against Arkansas. While Arkansas isn't ranked, they're coming off a win against Auburn. They're 3-1, so Arkansas is pretty good too. Then they got to play Georgia. Obviously, we'll see how Georgia really is when they play Alabama tonight, so we'll know about that. And then they got Florida. So Ole Miss's schedule is not going to get much easier from here. So for those, because Ole Miss had aspirations of potentially winning the SEC championship, making playoffs and making a deep run at playoffs. Well, that road just got a little bit harder because of today's loss to Kentucky. Meanwhile, Kentucky, let's look at what they've done. They beat Southern Miss 31-0. They lost to South Carolina 31-6, but they lost to Georgia 2 weeks ago 13-12. Then they beat Ohio 41-6. They came out here and they beat Ole Miss and Oxford. They could possibly beat Vanderbilt. They definitely could beat Florida and Auburn. Tennessee, probably not, but they could definitely beat Murray State, not Texas, and Louisville could be 50-50. But honestly, Kentucky has 3 wins right now. I could easily see them getting to 7 wins before the season's over, at the very least. Kentucky finishes 7-5 with the way their schedule lines up. But overall, this is a huge win for the Kentucky Wildcats, and for Ole Miss, this was a huge loss that could have implications for the rest of the season and could have implications towards the playoffs. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, keep tuned to Mark Gaming TV. We'll be posting more reaction videos later on today with the Mississippi State-Texas game and also the Alabama-Georgia game later on tonight. Until then, guys, Mark Gaming signing off for now.